Assalamu alaikum, dear wonderful audience and my all viewers. Hello, this is me, Mariam Zulfikar, training wali, working as vice principal at Rehan School Online Academy. And you people can watch me live on my Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube account. The name of this podcast series is The Trainers Podcast. Today, I have a very wonderful and very special guest in my studio. Let me introduce the prestigious and honored Mr. Christer Edman, and he is an ICF PCC certified career well-being coach known for his expertise in career, lifestyle, and health coaching. Christer's work has helped countless individuals find purpose, balance, and clarity in both their personal and professional lives. So let's welcome and I'm very honored and humbled to have Mr. Christer in my studio. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, Christer. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm fine, thanks, and thanks for the invitation. How are you?
Yes, I'm pretty good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you so very much for accepting this invitation and to be the part of this interview series. So, Mr. Krister, I just introduced you, and you are from Sweden. That's really amazing thing about you. One more. So now I request you, please introduce yourself a little bit more for me and the
Yeah,
audience as well.
yeah, yeah. My name is Christer Edman. I am from Sweden, and I am working as a coach. I have also the collaboration with my wife, and we are doing the coaching together. So we do dual coaching. I have a background from working with people in different kind of life-changing situations. That is one part have been the last years with the prisoners in inmates in prisons. I've been working in 5 different prisons with many different kind of people who have committed different kind of crimes. I've worked at the support living. I've worked with people who have addiction problems as well, and they have also criminal background. So that is what I've been working with the last couple of years. It was also a lot of work with unemployed people. So I worked for a company called Lernia, competence company. So I was working as a coach and teacher and balance between those two jobs depending on the needs for the clients, so to say. I have also been working as a project manager 7 years at IBM. I was leading many kind of knowledge transfer projects. So when we had the people coming to Sweden from Bangalore, India, and they took over, and I worked with project groups. I was also working partly as a program manager. So I've been running many different kind of projects at the same time. One of those projects was the Stockholm Congestion Tax Program. That was very challenging because it was short of time and it must be delivered in time as well, and the collaboration with with the state of Sweden, so the authorities. So we had the transportation authority, which was a part of it. So I was taking care of many things related to that and many other projects as well. I also started up my own company. It is started already in 1987, and it was not coaching from the beginning, but that is something I have beside because I have been employed most of the time. Because as an employed, it has been more security, and I have been planning for being able to actually retire when I want. So I'm retired. I'm 65 years, so I retired 4 years ago, almost. Yeah. So I decided I want to do and work with things I really love to do because some years ago I heard one of the prime minister. He talked about you need to work until you're 75 in Sweden. And then I was thinking, okay, will they do like this? I want to work with something I love. Then I am not having a work. It's my lifestyle. And that is what I used to talk about with children and with adults. What are your dreams? What do you want to work with? If you didn't get any payment, what did you do anyway? And that is what I'm always talking about. Find your passion, your purpose in life, and go through that and make sure that you can work with that. Then you are not working, you're just having a good lifestyle. And I've also been working with abused women. Abused women is a situation which is very challenging. I've been working with the women who has been forced to change their identity and hiding and so on. And that is really, really challenging. It is coming actually from my background. My mother was from Finland. She was a Finnish war child. So she was born in Finland and she had to move to Sweden during the Second World War when she was only 7 years of age. And that is a challenging situation for a child. And she was the only child of three. Her brothers, they could stay, but she was forced to move to Sweden. And she had gone through a lot of things in Sweden, among them being raped as a child. That's very sensitive, but that affected me as well, because when you have a trauma, you need to work on your traumas and you need to heal them. You need to be open. You need to talk about them. You need to have the courage. And that is something which I have. I have always had the courage to do and go my own way. And I used to say that we need to find our purpose and also the passion in life and following it, no matter the consequences. Because if we were always thinking about, okay, I must have this before I start with that, then we will never go there. We need to start before we are certain about what the result will be. But if we have the passion, we can take small steps and we can start with an education. We can start by searching. We can look at TED Talks or videos. Talk to others, get a mentor, a coach. I have been coached for many years. I had a coach for 3 years. And that was really good. In the beginning, it was intensive, but after a while, it was lesser times. And then I wanted to become a coach myself and took this certificate to become a professional coach. So that is a little bit about my background.
That's really amazing, and lots of the things you just explained in a very fluent way. But lots of the things you suffered a lot, and you felt better rather than we are just hearing from you in a just story manner, and we are inspiring that kind of a thing. So, Mr. Krister, I really admire your courage, your all the journey you just have until now, 65 years older. So, my first question is to you. As you just started the life, as you explained about your mother and yourself as well. So, um, I know it's very hard to explain the things, but as you say that we need to explain and we need to accept the things, and then we need to go on and share with other people. So it's so challenging for you and your mother as well. So when she moved from Finland to Sweden, she was so young. But
Yeah.
when at your age, you just come to know about your mother and lots of the things. So what was your feelings at that time, being a child?
Uh, for me at that time, I didn't know so much about her background and how it affected her. It was actually later on in my life, I was 21 years the first time, she really told me about the consequences. She told me the first time about that she had been raped. And that affected her. So she got like a trauma. She was not feeling well. She was in and out, trying to commit suicide from I was 10 years old the first time I was at an emergency and she had tried to take pills and commit suicide. They pumped her stomach, emptied it, and I got to hear then that, why did you say me? I only want to die, she said. And that was very traumatic for me. And then she said, because I was so happy she survived, so I was happy and was like that. Then she said, take the children away. Don't have the children. I was the only one. I'm the oldest of three children in my family. So my brother, little brother and sister, they were home. So I am the oldest. And then you always feel, you can't deny it, but as the oldest, you're always feeling like a little bit responsible. My father was a police, worked for 30 years. So he has a lot of law and order and making sure if you say something, you keep your words and you shall do all the things honestly and never lie. So I got a lot from him. I got a lot from my mother to understand, because that is what I learned when I was 21. I took a knife from her hand. I hold her, grabbed her like that, took her down on the floor, just told her, I am here, mother. I'm here. Calm down, calm down. And then she started to cry, and then she told me her story in life. And that is something I am trying to do when I'm working with people who are abused, who are in prisons, and so on. I started up to become like a lot of anger at when I was 10. I started to say bad words to teachers. I was fighting. I was like doing a lot of problem in school because I do what most of the men are doing. We are like taking it outwards. Women are usually taking it inwards and hurting themselves and so on when they are living in bad situations. So I learned a lot from young age. And when I was starting up with that, I got to a school. It was a special class, OBS class, observation class, you can say, for children who are doing like that. I was relegated after 2 weeks from the first school because they couldn't stand me, the teachers. Then I came to a very small class. It was a group like 8 students in that class. And it didn't matter how I felt, if I felt bad, it was okay. The teacher was very good. He was always saying, now we go and do the training. Then we were going and boxing and we were running around in the gymnastic location. And then we started to work because if we did well, we could go there and get rid of all the energy, all the things we had inside ourselves, and then we were back, and then we started the studies. So that was very good way of helping people who have different kind, but they never talked about it. It was like they hid what had happened. And I think this is so important. We need to talk about what is going on. Why are you sad today? What is challenging for you when we have to do with children? Because I think that is so important. The more we know about their situation, we don't need to pinpoint or blaming a parent, because many times if you have a man who are hitting his wife, doing bad to the children, and have, then it's some kind of anger. It used to be something which is inside. It might be the upbringing. It might be from the parenthood. They didn't do so well with the children. They might hit the child, and if it's a boy, he just take his fist in his pocket, and then he's like a bomb, and you never know what is triggering that bomb. And many of the inmates I've been working with, when I'm talking about those things, they are sitting like that. Yeah. How do you feel now? When was the last time you said that was well done? Because you have, all people have talents, all people have skills. It's only about that we need to get it out, let them talk. What is bothering you? What has happened in your life? So people I've been working with, they have been very open with me. They have told me about what they have gone through in life, and then we go from there. How do you want to live? What is most important in your life? So that's why I started up also a non-profit organization. So I have helped asylum seekers. I have helped people in very hard situations. They have no place to live, for example. One of them, I was saying, okay, you can live in my apartment. And then I moved out and fixed my own apartment or my own place to live somewhere else. So I was giving my part, because I know that a refugee can't get a place and go and say, I want an apartment for me and my kids. So this is what I think. We can all do something good for others.
That's truly amazing, Mr. Chriser. You know what? The person who actually suffered something, some kind of fear, some kind of a pain, he already felt that. So he or she can better understand the people who are right now suffering with different kind of the state of emotions,
Yeah.
state of mind, and lots of the other thing he or she are suffering right now. So that's really amazing because you already felt that thing and you in the form of your mother's face and the
Yes.
form of your own emotions as well, because you know
Yes.
what, It's also at the same time challenging for you when you just know about your mother, what she already had, and
Yeah,
still she is carrying along with her. That's a really heart wrenching things.
yeah,
Okay, so Mr. Chriser, how it when you heard lots of different stories of the prisoners, of those kind of the abused women who shared with you, being a life coach, you treating them. So how it's really important for you to control your emotion at that time, and how you cope up with the things when you are consoling the other person.
yeah. That is a very good question. That is the challenging part because we always get up like our own memories when you hear things or you have
Exactly.
an interest of, yeah, I have gone through, yeah, I have. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about the client. I really need to stay back, come back. Okay, you're in a professional situation now, Christer. You are a coach, and you can use your own experience. You can feel it. You can cry. You can participate. Show your empathy, but don't take over. Be sure that you are the listener. Be sure that I am asking the question. How do you feel now? What happened inside you know? What do you need now? Is this something else you want to bring up? And so on. And it is the, I should say, the balance and the dancing as a coach that you never take in yourself. Let the client be the main partner, the main person in the room, in the situation. So that is what I used to do. And my energy, my feeling is I pray before I go inside. I pray and thanks Allah when I'm going outside. I think that is so important because if I go into a situation, I need to be there myself. And I know to
Exactly.
be humble and say, it's not me. I'm in your hands now. I'm just a tool. Give me the strength, give me what I need, and then I go in.
That's amazing. That's, you know what, because at that time when a person is already have some kind of a very emotional part of his or her life, we always try to connect ourselves with other stories. So
Yeah,
this is really kind of an emotional thing when you heard other people. You need to hold yourself back.
yeah,
No, I just
yeah,
have to give some ear to them,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
have to fix their problems. So that's
Exactly.
problem we need to address. Not my
Yes,
problem is the first thing.
yes, that's true.
Okay. So, Mr. Krista, my next question that is about your now, mashallah, you are entering a very new phase since a couple of months back or maybe a year back.
Yeah.
So, that many, many congratulations to you on that journey. So, when you just shifted from one paradigm to another paradigm, how it was challenging for you as a human?
Um, I should say, if you're talking about I reverted to become a Muslim a couple of months
Yeah.
ago. And that decision was based, I should say, on my experiences and my own research. And when I got inspiration from my wife, she was actually telling me from the beginning, when we started, I am not going to convince you or trying to push you, but it's your own choice, and you need to read and learn more before you are saying anything. Because I was a Christian before, and I was following, I was into that, and I was like thinking this is the only way. And the more I was reading, the more I understood. And the only religion I have seen so far talking about the three the they have three the what you say the people of the books, the people of the books, and that was something. And in the prisons I met people, Muslims, they were reading. Sometimes I was seeing and I was working a couple of years ago, and I looked, oh, you're reading the Bible, you are Christian. No, I'm Muslim. Okay, why do you read the Bible? No, because we shall know about all the three books. We need to learn, we need to study, and then we decide. And I was like, okay, that was interesting. So the more I learned, and also seeing how it is in Sweden today, for example, and Europe, they are blaming like Muslims. And the more I'm learning about Muslims, they are peaceful. Islam is peaceful. So the more I am actually learning is that Christianity, we look at the colonization and all the things and the missionaries they were going, they were using, they were taking over, they were killing the native people. How were the countries starting up? So it's like a long story. I have picked one step by step and then I made a decision. Now I'm going to do this.
Amazing, amazing. That's that. Many congratulations to one more time. And now we are exploring the culture of Pakistan, because now you need to learn different things about
Yes,
women who are living in Pakistan, how they're doing lots of different things. So you are trying different kind of the traditional cuisine of Pakistan, right? The
yes,
other
that's
day
right.
you just posted biryani thing, the
Yeah,
pakoras, and lots of the
yes.
different dishes you are trying. So what's kind of the changing you are observing in your taste buds as well as your cooking expertise?
That is because what I'm learning here, it's thanks to my wife because I'm curious about different kind of tastes, different kind of food, and so on. So I was thinking, okay, it's healthy, it's natural, organic, and when I talked to my, she said that the basic or yeah, the basic ingredients, potatoes, onion, tomatoes, that is like the basic things, and then you put in the spices into that and you start up with the herbs and different things and you can get also the already the mixed spices, and that was so good to start with that. So I found like a brand here in Sweden, and then I was looking for that brand everywhere, and recently I was to the to the city here, Örebro, close to where I'm living, and I found a boutique there, a shop, and they it was owned by Pakistan from Lahore. It was like, oh, this is perfect. So I found a lot of things there. So I was showing with the camera to my wife so she could see this is, and then I was picking like this.
Okay, that's so nice of you. So, what most things you need? Which thing is fascinating you in Sweden about Pakistan women, Pakistani culture, lots of the different kind of cuisine, anything that you fascinates most?
Yeah, I want to start with my wife. That is the loyalty. That is the family. That is the values. That is like when you marry for life. It's not like you are go out and date and you plan, you do this and that. You have your wife for life, and that is what I really wanted to have, because I think when I have a wife as I have, then I can relax.
Exactly.
I was interacting with a lot of women. I had a lot of female friends. It's like, hey, 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 and like that. And then I was like, and she told me, yeah, I see what you are doing, and you get hearts, and you do this and that. And she was like questioning me a little. And then she said, what if I'm doing the same with men? I was like, then I was thinking, oh my God, you are right. I have to think from her perspective as well. And then I was feeling, no, this is not right. You need to
Exactly.
separate it. So the most best thing is that you keep usually the family stick together. You have a whole family system. We have lost it in Sweden. We have lost it in Europe. You are seeing how families are divided. The children are one week in that family and next week in that family, and they are have no
Hmm.
values at all, which is actually hurting both the children, the family, the people, the whole country, the society. And then
Hmm.
you don't have a trustful society. Who can you trust if you don't even can trust your wife or your husband, and he or she the next day is not there? And
Exactly.
that is something I'm so against this. And we talk about in Sweden, it's forbidden with drugs, but we can drink alcohol. And
Yeah.
alcohol is destroying so many families. I was grown up with alcohol. I have seen so many in prisons in different kind of situations where they are drinking alcohol and their brains are gone. Their mindset
Hmm.
is totally destroyed, and then they are saying, oh, I got drunk, and yeah, or excuse me, or no, stop it before, don't drink.
That's true. That's true. So, Mr. Christer, what about you? Like, you are, what is your opinion about distant relationship? Now you are residing in Sweden, your better half is residing in Pakistan.
Yeah,
So
that,
how do you see this distant relationship after marriage and this kind of the thing?
oh,
Like, really, people wants to know about those people who are living
yeah,
uh, without the family for their
yeah,
bread earning. Lots of the thing they are going suffering from this. So,
yeah.
what is your opinion about related to distant relationship after marriage or before marriage?
Yeah. First of all, before marriage, it's like you are getting to know each other. You have a possibility that you are not affected by your chemicals, or you are not going too far. You are not doing stupid things. You can really get to know each other and talk with each other and see the character, the values of the person. Is this the one I want to live with for the rest of my life? And then after you meet, then it is like take care of that person, take care of each other, make sure even if you are distant that you have constant contact, as if she is here in the room when I'm talking with you, when we are sitting here, I share everything. I will have this interview with Mariam, she's the vice principal, I'm sharing, she is having some contact and she is sharing with me. I think that is what is so important. People don't understand the power of this. They think, oh, she is on distant. No, she's not distant. She's here, and she's here.
Exactly.
That
But
is
you know
what.
what? When we have some kind of a relationship with the people, like husband wife one is really something a different thing, and the
Yeah,
blood relation is a totally different thing. You know.
yeah,
So when we are talking about the distance relation, right now the people who are living because of their employment, unemployment rate, they are
yeah,
living in another country, and their family is living in other country. So
yeah,
there's lots of the challenging they are facing, but they can't express to each other. So in your point of view, what they are right now doing, whether this is the kind of your earnest duty, you have to fulfill your basic needs. That's why we
yes,
are separated each other now,
yes,
and
yes,
we are facing this separation all the time. But
yeah.
at the same time, we have some kind of emotional attachment, emotional disbalance. So how you cope up at that time when you need your better half with you? So how you just overcome these things?
Yeah, that is a very good question, because I have heard so many. They are forced to go abroad and work, and it can be like they are working years, or they start up and they don't have the contact and they have just been married. And then they are challenged in the country they are going to. It might be their colleagues or someone saying, come out, go out with me. They go to a restaurant, a bar, or something, and okay, little alcohol or something. Nobody is here who knows what I'm doing. I think that is why you shall always think about, you always work on your own garden, no matter if your garden is abroad or is it, if it physically at the same place. You shall always think about your partner first of all, your family, and the purpose why you are doing something. And then if you pray and say inshallah and just stay calm, then you will get the benefit. But if you break this, you will not feel good yourself. You will feel worthless. You will destroy the heart for your spouse, and everything will be so traumatic and so destroyed, and you will not be the good role model going abroad for actually doing something which is good. For example, when we are talking here, I am doing this. I am not doing this for myself. I could say, okay, I don't care about this. I'm retired. I can go out and spend time in the sun, or I go somewhere else. No, I want to tell people how it is, coach people, make sure that others can actually learn something. It's like I have a purpose, life purpose, and I want to share my experiences. And I can also speak for my wife, because she has told me, I don't want to be exposed. I don't want to be broadcasted. I want to be behind. So she's behind me. So when I'm talking, I feel she's with me. She's behind me. And that is so good. And as long as we keep that we are not alone, then we come to those situations when we feel, oh, I am sad, I feel lonely here. No, I don't go to someone else and talk. I wait till my wife is there, and then we talk. And I say, I miss you, I love you, I need you. We need to talk now. I want to be. Shall we go out? Shall we? Yeah, that is what you can do. Always prepare and be ready for when the challenges are coming, because we say Satan, Shaitan, when it's coming, that is for trying to disturb us, destroy us, and come between. Because every time we are in situations which are challenging, then we are also exposing ourselves for the vulnerability, which can mean that we are doing bad things or breaking up or start to arguing. I used to say we can have different opinions. We start a dialogue, we talk, what can we learn from it? Okay, she used to say something good. That is, how is the weather? Then I know, okay, we stop before we are going too far.
Okay, that's so good to know about it. There are lots of the differences. We already respect each other's differences. That's really actually the beauty
Yeah,
of the relationship wherever we have. Because
yeah,
when we are giving space to each other, we can
yeah,
build the relationship in a better way and better manner.
yeah,
So, Mr. Christer, you are working as a life coach for the youngsters, adults, and the prisoners as well. So, right now, there is the basic factor which we all are suffering from, that is the emotional well-being. So what is your opinion how we can uh, very strict about our emotional well-being so that we can emotionally be a strong person, and then we can work better in our physical jobs and physical earning things.
yeah. I think that is a very good question. We need to find, I am going to say this, we need to find what we love and go for that, because there are always coming challenges in life, and creativity is very, very important to find what we can create, what we can do, because that set us free from the negative things. Because when we are creating something, it might be music, we create something, it might be within AI, or we are creating something with or hands, we might create something related to painting, it might be sport, we want to do something within sport, whatever it is that we have passion for, or work, we might love to work as an entrepreneur, we might want to earn money, and then we need to know, what shall I have the money for, what is the purpose with earning money. So we need to learn about ourselves as much as possible. And I think also, when we observe and reflect over our own feelings and thoughts, it's very good if we can write them down, or we can talk about them openly, or we recording them, or we create some kind of art where we are actually getting it out. Because something which is common, and they have found, when we talk about very talented people, like artists, like actors and so on, they are using something from their inside, and it is coming out, and they show it for the world. It can be an author, poetry is very good, whatever it is which release your emotions, your feelings, so you can get them out. What I did many years ago, I was sit and write all my feelings, all my thoughts, everything came out. That was a way to get rid of all the bad things I had gone through in life, and what I felt, and all my emotions. And that is something I can do now as well. If I feel something, then okay, I need to write, and I start to write it down. And when I got it out, then I feel much better. I also want to say something which is sensitive, especially for men. We used to say men are never crying. And we need sometimes to cry. It's like we are rinsing our eyes, we are rinsing our bodies. The feelings are coming out, because if we don't cry, what can happen then? We turn it inside, and then we start to hit and become violent or do something. I talked to people in inmates with inmates. They have said they have no impulse control because never cried, never talked, never expressed their feelings. So that is something we really need to open up for.
That's true. Actually, this is the important thing. We need to figure it out how we need to figure it out or find our interest or passion so that we
Yes,
can
yes,
align our emotional well being, our emotional control, so that we'll find the pleasure where we can find our pleasure, but in a productive manner. That's really important. We
yes,
need to fix
yes,
it in a very productive manner. So,
yeah,
Mr. Christian, my last question that I think that's really important for everyone right now in our youngster, the youth, the people who are having 13 years above age, they are suffering a lot through their mental stress, their mental well-being is at now it's kind of the peak. The most of the people are feeling so depressed, and not in Pakistan, throughout the world, they are
yeah.
feeling depression and more kind of a mental sickness. And those people are just belonging to the age of 13 and 25 till now. So what are the reasons behind this? And we are facing lots of the challenging to over control on our emotions.
I think the main reason is, if we look at the news today, how it looks in the world, the youth are not seeing any future for themselves where they belong. They don't feel as they are part of this kind of world and the society where they are killing, where they are fighting. They are talking about World War III. They are trying to actually expose of us for all kind of problems, instead of saying, yeah, there are challenges, but what have we learned from earlier times when people were in war? That is, war is not a solution for anything. Therefore, we need to go in, and why I'm working now together, I'm working into something which is called abundance. We really need to find what we love to do, and the students need like role models. In the prisons, they needed role models. It can be the first one who are saying, I am not buying this, I'm not going to follow this kind of things they are saying that we shall do. You need to have courage as an adult to step up. If you're a parent, don't fall into this. Support your child. Make sure they feel valuable, make sure they feel that they are unique, and what you are doing is so important. If they have something to say or complain or feel sad about, listen to them. Make sure that you always have someone you can talk to about those things, because it is, as you say, one of the biggest mental challenges we have in the world today, because the young people from 13 and up, they are instead doing bad things. They are coming into bad things and doing criminality. They start with drugs. They start with all kind of things which are actually hurting them and the society. And the more we can talk about the good things and make sure that they have space for doing good things, make sure that we as others might bring them in situations. As I want to say, a role model here is Sir Rehan. I've known him for 13 years. He is giving the young people the possibilities to become something they want to be and work with what they love to do, and that is so important. And also prayers. We need to pray. We need to be humble and stay away from situations where we can come into arguing. Think instead of, how can I communicate? What do I feel now? Can I express my feelings for someone close to me? To maybe the students need also to talk with each other. I see how you are meditating together, for example. That's a very good thing. You can calm down, pray together, do the work in the garden, participate with other students in things, and support each other. I created a group on social media called Group many years ago before we traveled to Washington, D.C. with 4 students. Then I said, I want to hear your dreams for the future. You put them up. Post photos, videos which you love to share. The more positive things we can talk about and bring up and support each other, the better it is. And that is what I think can change this kind of trend from the mental stress they feel. And also the pressure, I must produce, I must produce, I must deliver this, I must do this. And the teacher is waiting for me to do this. And the parents are saying, aren't you finished? You must finish this. Haven't you done that? And so on. That pressure, remove it. What was the best in school today? Ask instead what they love to do. Don't put more pressure on the students. Make them to feel fun, have fun, be happy about it, proud about it. And that is what I think we need to support the young people with.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. And you know what? We actually, being an adult, we need to learn these kind of the attitude and the behavior so that we can push us to children, our young kids, and
Yeah,
believe in them that yes, you can do lots of different things. If you
yeah,
are not doing this thing in the right way, you can do lots of different things in a different manner and different way. So
yeah,
that actually we need to give them confidence. We need to give them some kind of a trust so they can
yes,
believe in their self as well, and then
exactly.
they can go on. Thank you so very much, Mr. Krishna. I really enjoyed your conversation. Your answers are really, truly inspiring for everyone, not for me. All the people who are just watching us live, they are admiring you and praising you. Thank you so very much for your wonderful time. Lastly, I just request you, please share some kind of advice to for me and all the audience who are watching you live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube.
Yeah, that is, I want to say this, have the courage to keep on connecting with people. You said you waited a long time before you connected. I would say, like, start up now, take that contact, say that I'm interested what you said here, or give feedback to each other, to others, join groups with people, and start with, I should say, I got to learn something which was really interesting when I talked with Safar yesterday. We had a long podcast, and he said we need to do insane networking. So insane networking, I think that is like when you go beyond your comfort zone and then you start up and doing it. I had to go beyond my comfort zone. My wife said, you need to learn AI, you need to do more of this, and you have to step up little. You have a lot of experience, you need to start up and do things. No, I am retired. So I was challenging myself. So now I'm starting off with insane networking. And that's my advice. Start off with insane networking.
Thank you so very much for your wonderful advice, and definitely I'll come up with this beautiful advice and implement it in my life. Definitely. Thank you so very much for your wonderful time, and I'm obliged to have you on my show. And thank you so much, audience who are watching us live on my Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube account. I'll be
Yeah.
right back with another amazing guest. Till then, stay tuned. Allah Hafiz, and keep doing amazing.
Allah